Hello, this is Ronnie. I'm back here with a clip taken from a long video that I just finished to record for my subscribers. I'm leaving the option for my services at 50% off for the first year open, and I'll be providing further details after the clip ends. So if you're interested, please stay on. I'll be talking to you again at the end of the clip. I would like you also to read carefully the disclaimer that I'm going to put up now, so that it is clear to you before you go ahead and watch the video. This is just a standard thing. Now I want to show you the correlation between the gold BAX index and the Australian dollar US dollar, and we are going to examine the Australian dollar US dollar performance vis-a-vis also silver and gold, so that you will see, hopefully we get some insights from that. Right now we have established that the Australian dollar US dollar is almost certainly heading lower, okay, and it's not going to be just for one day. Let's say at least a week, and potentially quite a bit longer than that, because it is in an extensive second wave correction, the way I see it. Right now here's the gold BAX index, and that's Australian dollar US dollar in black. And what you see on the daily scale is clear correlation. We don't have tick for tick, but perfectly good correlation here. You know, if the Australian dollar US dollar is plunging hard, you know that this one is not going to rise sharply. Yeah, not very likely. Yeah, so I'm just bringing it up here because I think that the case of the precious metals still looking down is reinforced by examining the interplay of these two markets. Here we go. That's the Australian dollar, and that's our fifth wave coming down. And you can see they're both more or less stopped at the same time, and we are thinking of this one also heading lower. I do think that it's heading lower for that fifth wave. So this one, in my opinion, is going to head towards 250. Yes, and there might be even a more bearish breakdown here. But right now, let's just work with this idea. That's already enough that we are going towards 250. I'm going to take out the Australian dollar US dollar right now, so you can see the chart itself clearer here of the gold BAX index. And I have told you in the last few days the critical level to watch for a possible rally was this line right here, but nothing happened. It hasn't managed to make any headway. It is still buried under this line. There is overhead resistance here short term. You can see it clearly right here. Do you see that? Right here. So I stick with this scenario that this is a fourth wave, and we will see a fifth wave emerging here. I'm wrong, of course. If it manages to build a base like that, then there is prospects for further upside. Here's the chart of silver, again against the Australian dollar US dollar on the daily scale, and again you see clear correlation. We're not talking about one for one, but we do see correlation here that is pretty strong. I'm going to show you a bit more price action here, just that you get an overview. We can't say that I mean, if you study this chart very carefully, there are situations where the Australian dollar, for example, will go higher and silver will go lower. Look here, for example. Wait a minute, right here. Look, the Australian dollar went up. What happened to silver? Boom, went down. Yeah, but it didn't last for long. These things can happen, but they are short-lived. They're short-lived. So what do I make out of this? Well, it's the same thing that we have seen right now in the case of the comparison Australian dollar to the gold bucks index. It's the same thing. This is telling us that the movement down is not over. Therefore, silver, that has been in a coma now for 2-3 weeks, is unlikely to go up, is more likely to go down. And I actually think that it'll go down to the extent of delivering this big C, meaning I do think that there is prospects for silver to actually break 24. Yes, it's going to take hard work, as it is it's very slow going, but it could inch in its way to lower grounds gradually. As it is in my opinion, undervalued commodity, but it doesn't mean that it can't fall. Sorry. Of course it can fall. What is cheap can become cheaper. This is the 200 moving average. It's sustaining the price right now. It's sitting on top. When this breaks, it'll go to, in my opinion, to the next big support, which appears to be right here between 23.5 to 24 area right here. So this is the target, let's say, for the next 2 to 4 weeks, in my opinion. I'm going now to take out this Australian dollar US dollar, so you can see again the chart clearer here of silver. We had various alternative scenarios here, but so far none of them really worked. It does look like it is heading for a break of 25.80. We had this as a critical level. It didn't even make it there. It's very weak. I think it's a good bet that silver is going to not show us anything interesting on the upside, but rather we will see it breaking down. And I don't think it's going to be something terribly dramatic. It might drag its feet quite a while. It's already going down as I'm talking to you. Yes, but the support is going to come in when the US market opens. Right here, there's a lot of support. So I'm not expecting a waterfall collapse immediately. That could take, it could take more work before support is going to give up, but this is going down. And the idea is that we could actually be working with a 1-2, 1-2, and then you have 3-4, 3, and then another 3-4. You see, it could actually extend with quite a few legs going down. Okay, that's the chart of gold. That's the 60 minutes of spot gold. And also here I put on the Australian dollar US dollar. We'll see it in a sec, but I want to emphasize the short term in the case of gold. Gold has been more bouncy while silver was in a deep slumber. Gold was actually trying to look up here, and I think that the rally will fail basically and join silver and the Australian dollar US dollar once it cracks under this level. Okay, it sinks back into the mid-range. I don't think it's going to come back. It's going down. Okay, I'm going to update it. Let's see what it's been doing. But overall, I find that here it is already slumping. You see, it's already looking down on the 2-hour scale. I think it's going to crack through that. I don't see any hope for the bull short term here. And I'm going to show you the weekly first, because we have the Australian dollar US dollar on the weekly scale. So you can see the interplay here is also bringing about a general correlation between the Australian dollar US dollar and gold. Again, this is not perfect correlation. It's actually worse. It's not as good as the correlation that we spotted between silver and the Australian dollar US dollar, or better still, the correlation that we found between the gold bugs index and the Australian dollar US dollar. But the big moves are there. It's pretty clear on the weekly scale, running up, coming down, less of a drama in the case of gold, and then soaring, both of them soar together, big fall, they both go down, and then pause, sideways, yes, and then a big break, and that's where we have divergence, serious divergence. The Australian dollar continued with a big slide, but gold would have none of it, and the gold maintained its position quite well. So in short, I think that we have now a decline coming in gold. I'm going to quickly take this out, and I'm going to zoom back to the daily right here in the case of spot gold. And this scenario could still play out: A, B, C, D, E. If it breaks through this level, it does not mean that this scenario is dead. It will be dead, I think, once it cracks under 1,680. At that point, I'm going to have to revise and review and see what is really going on. But right now, I think the target for short-term traders is just under, let's see, 1,752.53. It's right here. This support, I think it's heading there. My website, the homepage, is right here. It's Wave Mastery, www.wavemastery.com. Yeah, wavemastery in one word.com. That takes you to the homepage. You can scroll down, look through some things that I've written here, some recommendations from past users and current users, and that is essentially the offer currently open only to first-time subscribers. Okay, so there is the daily service, daily videos that are preceded by a trial, so you can take the trial for 1 week, and at the end of that, if you're happy, you do nothing, you go on to the plan of half price. Essentially 79 presents half price of the normal price, and that will be good for 1 year. That means 12 payments of 79. If you want to watch just the weekend videos, then you go for this one, and it does give you access to the weekend videos, and I often also insert a video as a bonus midweek, just to keep you on track, to see a little bit where things are moving, because sometimes 1 week of full price action is a lot, and the wave count can change, especially if you're a short-term trader. You really want to know what's happening. So that is essentially the situation. If you decide to go, for example, for the daily videos, you click here, it takes you to the page where it explains to you, you should read that, it explains to you what is covered, etc., etc. If you like what you read, you click here, subscribe. It takes you to PayPal, because my paying system is through PayPal, and you pay through PayPal. You can see you have the trial at $9.99. That's for the first 7 days. As I said, if you like what you see, do nothing. It just goes automatically. If you don't like, you can cancel. Or if you don't know how to cancel, or you have any doubt, you have any question, you can write to me, of course. Once you go through and you pay, you come back, PayPal will send you back to my website to fill in your profile details, choose your login, and once you do that, you will be led automatically to the page with the links to the various videos classified by date. If at any point in time in this process you have a problem, things are not going as I'm describing to you right now, all you have to do is just contact me and I'll help you out. That is essentially it. So you'll have 1 week to look at things. I would like to just spend a minute about the website itself. I have written here a few articles. Is this website for me? You can go through that one. Psychology and trading, trading and the arts, why join? Yes, each of these articles could perhaps help you to see how to relate to my website, but there is no substitute, in my opinion, to actually take a trial. You know, you take a trial, and I want to say another thing. You take a trial and you can't make up your mind. You want more time to think. Fine, I understand that. then you cancel, but then you're not allowed to take another trial. Please, I want to be very clear about that. There are people who abuse this, and it's really not right. You're not allowed to take more than one trial, okay? A trial is a trial. But if you're interested, after you take a trial, you're interested to come back, you can still benefit from the low price for the next full year. But you have to write to me, and then I will send you a special link without a trial. And if you join, then you're going to go immediately onto the reduced price plan for 12 months. Okay? If you take another trial after you took already one, I am going to have to cancel that and refund you. And if you do that 2 or 3 times, I'm just going to blacklist you, because there are people who have been doing it, and I'm afraid this is really absolutely not right. This is subscribe here. Use subscription. Once you are logged in, you will see this one highlighting you daily service videos or weekend service videos. Yeah, it will show which one you really have the right to access. The daily service videos, to be very clear, they cover the weekend service videos. Okay, so you don't have to subscribe to both. The daily covers everything I do. The weekend, of course, is more selective. Now, I have here resources. There are chart galleries right here. Chart 1, 2, 3. There are plenty of charts here that give you an idea how I go about subdividing various market action here. I covered a lot of markets, and you can see there is history here that could be very interesting for you to just go through. Let's see, platinum, for example. Yes, that's 1973 to 1978. If you click right on top where it shows you the hand, the chart opens up big. You can print it if you like. Here's an example of platinum, April 1980. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and then the huge correction that followed after that. So there is plenty for you, whichever market you're interested in, the financials, commodities, precious metals, etc. Okay, so that's chart galleries. Then useful links, as the name implies. Yes, recommended reading list. You have a long list of books here that I've read over the years that I found very interesting. Of course, I have many more books that I would like to add. It's just a question of time. I don't always have time to update this one. But the books that you find here did help me in the beginning, and still the information here is very valuable in these books. For example, Kroll. I don't know how many of you heard about Stanley Kroll. Stanley Kroll was a really imaginative fellow trader that wrote very well about his own trading and in trading in general. I learned a lot from these books. And of course, if you haven't heard about Reminiscence of a Stock Operator, you should get this book and read it. You will not regret. This is a book that most traders, I think, have come across and read. It is very interesting. And as you go down the list, you will see if there are things that are of interest to you. Of course, go ahead, get them. Some of them are even available online for free as a PDF. Check that. If you have questions about that, you can even contact me. Here's the contact us, and you put your name. Please make sure you give me the right email address. Message, simple maths, submit, I get it. You'll hear from me. I'm based in Belgium, so if you write to me from Australia or from the US and I'm having my rest, do not be surprised if I don't react quickly, okay? Normally within a day you will have a reply from me. I check my email fairly regularly. So that's about it. Hope to see you visiting my website. Hope to see you taking a trial. If you have any questions, again, don't hesitate. Get in touch with me, and wishing you a great trading week. Bye now.